Welcome to another episode of Setting the Score by Rexona Season 2, your go-to sports show where we debate the most important topics in NBA basketball. Every week, expect the hottest takes presented by new Rexona Ice Cool, now an anti-stain technology. Well, LeBron James has just made or carried his team for the 8th straight time to the finals, and today, because of that, we will discuss how time it is to discuss who is the GOAT, who is the greatest of all time. Is it Jordan or is it LeBron? Well, we'll find that out today as we have two guest debaters. But before that, I want to invite all of you to join us on social media. Please send us your comments and your answers and your rebuttals to these two debaters. Use the hashtag #TheScore by Rexona. And as well, please tweet us and tag us at ABS-CBN Sports on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook. All right, let's get down to business. Today we have sports hosts and anchors, of course, joining us once again. They had a heated one last year, remember. It's fun to have them back again. Of course, Anton Roxas. Good evening, Anton.
Good evening,
and
Tej.
Martin Javier, once again, to join the discussion. But today, for Team Jordan, I don't think it's much too hard to guess who is supporting Team MJ. We've got Anton right here. And for Team LBJ, we got Martin. Okay, let's get it on, guys. Before anything else, it's important to discuss and to define muna. Ano ba yung greatness? Kasi nga, GOAT, greatest of all time. We're not necessarily saying the most rings of all time or the most points of all time or things like that. But what is greatness for you, and why is your pick the greatest of all time based on your definition of greatness? Anton, let's begin with you.
I have 2 to 3 minutes, right?
Go ahead, yes.
Okay. When you talk about greatness, you're usually referring to an individual who possesses the natural ability to be superior or better than others.
Okay,
Michael
definition.
Jordan was born to a competitive family. He was cut from his high school team, and because of that, it fueled him to become the greatest of all time. Greatness is entering the University of North Carolina and hitting the game-winning shot in the 1982 NCAA championship as a freshman. Greatness is being drafted by the Chicago Bulls and winning 6 championships for the organization, including 2 three-peats. Greatness is being a 6-time Finals MVP and a 5-time MVP for the regular season and averaging 30.1 points per game for his entire career. Greatness is averaging 33.4 points per game in the playoffs for your entire career and being named Defensive Player of the Year 9 times. In the All-Defensive First Team and Defensive Player of the Year 1 time in the 1988 NBA season. Numbers pa lang ang pinag-uusapan natin. Hindi pa natin pinag-uusapan ang cultural impact. Hindi pa natin pinag-uusapan ang mga manlalaro na kanyang in-inspire after na magretiro. Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, and of course, your boy, LeBron James. LeBron James wears number 23 because of Michael Jordan. LeBron James says Michael Jordan is Black Jesus. He says Michael Jordan is God. Okay. He also said that the reason why he's still playing the game of basketball, even after winning 3 straight championships, or 3 championships, which is only half of what Michael Jordan won,
for now,
he's chasing the Ghost.
The Ghost.
The Ghost played in Chicago.
Yun.
And guess what, Martin Javier? Teka lang.
Go. You have last 10 seconds.
He is still chasing that Ghost. And any way you look at it, 6 is still greater than 3.
All right. Well, for most debaters who support LeBron as the GOAT, hindi nila pinag-usapan yung rings lang. Kasi kung rings lang, you can throw in Bill Russell. And all the Celtics, in fact.
Yeah, but Bill Russell only played with an NBA with 8 teams and an NBA with 14 teams.
So for you, your definition of greatness, for me, why LeBron right now is on his way to being the greatest.
All right, let me show you my shirt first. Whatever it takes, man. Win the finals, Cleveland Cavaliers. All right. I think it's important here to establish, TJ. Greatest basketball players of all time. It's not all about being the greatest champion, like you mentioned. That's Bill Russell already. The individual achiever, most individual achievements goes to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. No, we're talking about the best basketball player that has ever played the sport. And that's LeBron James for me. Let me get a quote here from our friend Pong Ducanes. Sultan of Stats, special guesting here.
Hi, Pong.
If you read his Twitter bio, numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie.
Always an asset, never a liability. All right, numbers say, career stats say that LeBron James is the greatest of all time, or at the very least, the better basketball player than Michael Jordan. better rebounder, better by 1.2 rebounds per game, better passer, better by 1.9 assists per game, better shooter than Michael Jordan.
Really?
In his range as well, 2-point range, 54 to 51%. Better in the 3-point area, 34 to 32%. Highest box plus minus in NBA history at 9.18 compared to Jordan's 8.09. More finals appearances, more playoff numbers than Michael Jordan, more triple-doubles both in the regular season and in the playoffs. And most importantly, he is selected as or named in the All-NBA first team for the 12th year. That's most in NBA history, surpassing Karl Malone and Kobe Bryant. And I think this is very important. All of those numbers accumulated while being the most scrutinized and most watched basketball player that we have ever seen.
So hindi lang kalaban sa court ang kalaban niya, pero there's much more surrounding him, around him.
Remember, TJ, hindi napunta lang sa limelight si Michael Jordan in the 90s. In the 80s, he had a chance to go under the radar because you had Magic Johnson there, Larry Bird, and the bad boys of the Detroit Pistons. But LeBron James has been under the spotlight, under the limelight.
Since he was 16 years old. As a junior in high school.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
16.
Fair point.
And we've seen the best 15-year career anybody.
Interesting.
Good points. Anybody in the NBA.
Okay, so let's go back to Anton here. If you were to try to debunk him and his pick, what's your argument against LeBron? Why is LeBron not the greatest?
Martin Javier, you come here, you sit down on that chair, you bring all those papers, you write all those notes, and you even mention my friend, Juan Ducanes. You know what? You can crumple that piece of paper and shoot it in a trash can with your eyes closed right now, just like Michael Jordan shot free throws. 15 years.
We got there.
LeBron James, 15 years. How many championships did he win?
3.
3. He lost 5 times in the finals. Michael Jordan, undefeated, never lost. Okay, LeVar Ball on you right there. 6-0 Michael Jordan
for you, it's
in
the
finals.
It's the finals losses that takes away so much from him.
Yeah,
being
you know what? A
elevated
lot
as
of people say, sige, LeBron James is dominating.
Okay.
8 straight years in the finals. If he was so dominating, o di sana hindi siya naisahan ni Jason Kidd. Sana hindi siya naisahan ni Lolo Dirk. Sana hindi siya naisahan ni Lolo Tim Duncan, ni Lolo Tony, ni Lolo Manu, ni Lolo Greg Popovich. Sana hindi siya naisahan ni Steph Curry, ni Draymond Green, ni Klay Thompson. Sana hindi siya naisahan ni Kevin Durant. Because when Michael Jordan won his first championship, he got on top of the mountain, he never lost. He never fell off. The only time na nakapag-champion si Hakeem Olajuwon, sina Shaquille O'Neal was when he retired.
Okay.
And when he went back to the Wizards.
When he went back to the Wizards, of course, but that was not basketball at the highest level. He was already a Lolo,
so you
just
gotta
like
cut
the
it off.
Lolos that I mentioned. What I'm trying to say is, LeBron ruled the East. Michael Jordan ruled the entire league.
Okay, for you, what is it about MJ? And this is a tough challenge. Okay, what is it about MJ that you can use that as an argument that does not make him the GOAT?
Well, okay, first off, let me rebut his point earlier. LeBron James actually had, the numbers say again. What? Numbers say again that LeBron James faced tougher teams in the finals with a winning percentage
Tougher teams.
76.4% compared to Jordan's 74.6%. You give
How
that 2%.
dare you?
You give that
Tougher
2%.
teams?
Yeah, you give that.
How dare you
The numbers say it.
In terms of numbers now, in terms of
I have the
numbers
numbers
now.
here.
Those are
I have the numbers here. I have the numbers here, though.
Stockton, #1 in assists and steals.
Hey, man, I have
Gary
concrete
Payton,
evidence
Defensive Player
here.
of the Year, point guard. Charles Barkley, one of the greatest power forwards, Hall of Famer. Clyde Drexler, Dream Team member, Hall of Famer. Magic Johnson, you're a Lakers fan, right? Showtime.
Okay, angas.
Let me
Phoenix
finish
Suns.
my point first.
Go
The
ahead.
numbers say that they have the highest or higher winning percentage, yung mga nakalaban niya sa finals.
Okay.
And let me rebut that. What impressed me here in this 8-year stretch, 8 straight finals appearances now for LeBron James, is that he did not have the consistent personnel. Okay, in this
The personnel that was with him all the time.
All the time.
Meaning you build that chemistry, that winning culture
winning.
that Phil Jackson had with Pippen.
Exactly.
Rodman. Okay, interesting point.
And yeah, LeBron James, 8 years, he had 3 coaches, had to play with different players, but they took them to the finals the first year he was there. Michael Jordan had one of the greatest coaches, the Zen Master Phil Jackson. He had one of the 50 greatest players in Scottie Pippen. And in the second three-peat, he had one of the best defensive players in Dennis Rodman. And that is
Who was a Lolo
consistently.
by the time he went to Chicago. He was
That's a
34
fair-
years
He was
old.
still a good defensive player.
Excuse
Wait,
me, I'm
I'm not yet
34
done.
years
I'm not
old.
yet done,
Dog
though.
years na yan sa basketball.
Okay, fine. I'm not yet done though. But he did
Go,
have the
go, go.
consistent help. He did
Okay.
have the consistent help.
Good point. Fair
and
point.
guess what? Guess what? I'll show you why LeBron James is more valuable than Michael Jordan. When he left the first time, when he left Cleveland the first time, rather, the Cleveland team went 19-63 the season after. And when he left Miami, that team went 37-45, did not make the playoffs despite having Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and Eric Spoelstra in that particular team. When Jordan retired in 1993, that team went 55-27 the year after, made the playoffs, got booted out of the second round in 7 games against the New York Knicks. So who's the more valuable player now?
Interesting there. Frothing in the mouth na to si Martin. Nagigigil na. Okay, final moment. Okay, your haymaker, guys. Your haymaker time. Your ultimate argument, your final argument why MJ is the greatest of all time.
Go. I don't need no haymakers. Okay. I'm just going to debunk what he said earlier about MJ having more help. Okay. In the 15 years na naglaro si Michael Jordan sa NBA, and it's not really a complete 15 years because that one year he only played 17 games at the end of the regular season, there were only 6 seasons that he had one All-Star with him. Dennis Rodman was not an All-Star in any of the 3 seasons that he played with the Bulls in the second three-peat, so you can't put him there. Scottie Pippen, 6 times, was an All-Star in the 15 years na naglaro si Michael Jordan. In 9 of the 15 years na naglaro si LeBron James. Okay. LeBron had at least 1 All-Star, and in 5 seasons, he had 2 All-Stars with him. And guess what? He only won 2 championships. During that time, nakasama niya si Dwayne Wade at si Chris Bosh, and 1 championship nung kasama niya si Kyrie Irving at si Kevin Love. Sa lahat ng mga millennials na nakatutok ngayon na hindi pa nanonood ng 90s basketball, hindi pa napanood si Michael Jordan, I understand you guys, but I'm gonna invite you, as I'm inviting Martin Javier right now, to go to the bookstore. You need to go to the bookstore and add to what you wrote on all of those papers. The Jordan Rules by Sam Smith. You can write this down.
Sam Smith?
Okay. Yeah.
Millennial.
Michael Jordan, The Life, Roland Lazenby, Playing for Keeps by David Halberstam. You can even throw When Nothing Else Matters by Michael Leahy. Those were the Wizards' years. But kung hindi kayo mahilig sa libro, there's always Space Jam.
One of my favorite movies of all
time. With Bugs Bunny, of course. All-Star din yun, Final moment. Okay.
Final moment.
And this is, again, we put in things in context that LeBron's career is not yet over. That's right. He's still en route and arguably at his peak, what people are saying in his 15th year. But for you, what is your final argument why he is on his way to becoming the greatest of all time?
If he doesn't have a haymaker, I have a haymaker.
Okay, may haymaker, guys.
I have a final punch here.
Go.
And that is longevity matters. When you talk about the greatest player of all time, longevity matters. LeBron James has had the longest prime an NBA player has done in the league. This year, 27.5 points, 8.6 rebounds, tied for the best in his career, 9.1 assists per game, best in his career. And LeBron James, when this is all said and done, and going to my next point, PJ, this will not only erase the question mark on his GOAT status, this will put the exclamation point and overwhelm the numbers of Michael Jordan. All right. Career totals-wise, he will shatter every record there. Right now, he's at about 31,208, right behind Dirk Nowitzki. But in 2 or 3 years, he will pass Dirk, he will pass Wilt, he will pass Jordan, he will pass Kobe. He sits at number 3. And there's a 91% chance of him passing Karl Malone at 36,000, 69% chance of him passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and a crazy flip coin chance, 48% chance to be exact, of hitting and doing the unthinkable, of hitting 40,000 points in his career, and a tiny chance, 13%, of hitting 45,000 points in his career. Wow. Now, I've only talked about the points. Let's go to the assists. Right now, he sits at number 11, all-time assists, right behind Andre Miller. Now, there's an 80% chance of him actually passing Andre Miller, Gary Payton, Isaiah Thomas, Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, Mark Jackson, and Steve Nash. And that will put him number 3 in the all-time assists and being the only non-point guard in that particular list. Arguable pa yung Chris Paul kasi naglalaro pa si Chris Paul. And in the rebounding, there's a chance he's going to crack the top 25 in rebounding all-time and top 5 for non-centers. And he could be the founding member of the 40,000, 9,009 club or 9,000, 9,000 club, 40,000, 10,000, 10,000 club. So, okay, if he finishes at 40,000 points, that puts him ahead. Well,
possibilities.
LeBron, he's not slowing down. He's just getting better. He's just 33 years old. Heck, he's gonna play until he's 50 years old.
Hindi naman 50, pero ayaw.
Pwedeng 50 years old. Okay. Let's say he finishes at 40,000 points. That's almost 8,000 more than Michael Jordan. Let's say he finishes at 11.
Say, if
Well, I'm not yet done. I'm not yet done though. He finishes at 11,000 points. That's almost 6,000 advantage in Michael Jordan. And let's say he finishes at 11,000 rebounds in his career. That's almost double than Michael Jordan did.
Well,
so longevity matters. LeBron James is the greatest and will be the greatest of all time.
Alrighty, fun points. Very interesting, debatable points indeed. And this debate will really not be over till he's done, right? But every year we can keep coming back to it because LeBron continues to up the ante every year and keep pushing the limits there of what people think of how good he really is. Let's go now to your thoughts. We had this poll running for the last couple of days. We have some comments from Twitter and Facebook as well. Sabi ni Gerald Wilson Wong, LeBron James, syempre, hindi rings ang measurement, kundi impact sa team at versatility. LeBron knows how to run a team a way that MJ can't. Very interesting point. Okay, next comment naman mula sa ating fans on Facebook. Reina and Capitan says, if you can name brand after you and if you can make a name brand after you and continue to earn way even after you retire, then you are the GOAT. MJ made the basketball shoe a fashion statement, not just basketball.
That's the cultural impact I was talking about.
Okay.
Cultural impact.
And then, after that, we have Jonathan Michaels. Sabi niya, they say LeBron has Kyrie, Allen, Bosch, Wade, etc. to win the game, but MJ had Pippen, Rodman, the coach, and the 3 officials
consistently
to win the 6 consecutive finals. But LBJ
ganun kalakas ang influensya ni MJ.
All right, very fun.
Very
fun comments. Okay, and our poll, we had the votes come in before we shot and went live today. Ano ang sabi niyo? Wow, ang layo. Who is the greatest of all time? Right now, it is sitting up there at 70%. For Michael Jordan, and yes, Anton, may mga millennials na nag-vote. So, kahit paano,
kanina 52% lang yan. Pagkatapos ko magsalita, naging 70%. That's my haymaker right there.
Nakapag-convince ka ng marami dyan. Pero hindi pa po tapos yan. You can still join the poll. Find that tweet and that post on our social media pages of ABS-CBN Sports and, of course, for Rexona Philippines as well. Nandiyan po yan if you want to add to those votes for your guy, whether it's LBJ or MJ. And as well, we want to hear your comments on social media. Don't forget to use the hashtag #TheScore by Rexona. Tag us at ABS-CBN Sports on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as well. Para madinig namin kayo, we can see your comments and who you think and why you think your guy is the greatest of all time. That's going to be it for us today. Thank you guys again for another passionate debate. Always a great time to be with these two guys, which, by the way, they're good friends, so don't think that they're going to be slug each other out after this one. And we want to join you again next week as we continue to debate the hottest topics in NBA basketball right here, brought to you by Rexona. This is The Score by Rexona, Season 2.